Miss Brandt, could you call Tony Reeves and tell him I'll be over in about 30 minutes? And that's when the explosion affected your hearing. Yes, I was already getting great footage of the explosion, but then the police officers pushed me out of the way and I dropped my phone in the process. Still haven't found my phone. I suppose that's good. What? I mean, they saved your life. They were getting you and your fellow co-workers out of the building and away from the collapsing skyscraper. I didn't get footage of the building coming down. I missed the money shot. The money shot makes everything. Well, you can still find videos on the internet and other news stations. Yeah, shaky cam, wide shots, but nothing as good as right where I was standing. I mean, shots like that makes or breaks a potential viral hit. It's already going to get a lot of views, but a shot that close? You say you can find the video somewhere else, but that's not really the point. Well, actually, that is the point. Someone else got the shot. I suppose it's better that someone got the shot as opposed to any shot not existing at all, but I digress. I snuck away and I tried to look for my phone, or really any camera I could use to capture the aftermath. Why didn't you use someone else's phone, or ask someone for their phone? It was an emergency situation. Everyone was using their phones to call their wives, husbands, girlfriends, boyfriends, family, etc. Can you tell us why capturing this was so important to you? Why would you risk serious injury running around in rubble? Because so many things happen in our lives that are par for the course. So many days and moments pass us by and are forgotten. But then, something weird, funny, or terrible happens. When some of those things happen, I want to record it, keep it, and share it. In today's world, we have the means to archive pure knowledge so that it can be shared with others all around the world. That's what I want to be a part of. After all that's happened in the city in the last couple of years, this night in particular was off. I'll admit, not as spectacular as the space shuttle crashing into the bridge, but still off nonetheless. When the building went down, I knew it wasn't over. This next question is very, very important, and it's probably the main meat of this interview. I want you to answer it as openly and as honestly as you possibly can. Okay, yeah, ask away. What is my concern, and the concern of our readers, is what exactly happened between Spider-Man and the Green Goblin. Did you see the footage? The police did. Everyone else did. Well, you see, that's actually part of the problem. Can I use your computer? Yeah, sure. How come we didn't do this interview by webcam exactly? My boss doesn't know how any of that stuff works, but we're working on that. Okay, here we go. The sound doesn't work. The video isn't too clear either. I can see a blue and red blur, a green blur, and a much larger black and white blur. But I don't really understand what it all means. For all your boasting of digital media storage, file sharing, and whatnot, when I want to get a clear picture, so to speak, I get this. What I want to know is what wasn't captured on tape. Not what was seen by a camera lens, but by your very eyes. Well, Mr. Yerk, seeing is one thing, believing is another, but hearing is also another. All I could hear was ringing. I could kind of tell if one sound was louder than another, but I couldn't hear distinct words yet. My heart jumped when I finally found a camera, and one that worked. One that worked. Shouldn't you be using a recorder? What century is the Daily Bugle operating in? What happened after you found the camera? I turned it on and I walked through the rubble trying to film the aftermath of the collapse. So, you just stumbled upon Brock Leaford and Spider-Man? No, I heard a scream. It was just one yell, and I couldn't really make out what it actually was. I made my way to where I thought the sound came from. I had to hurry, because the battery life was running low. I couldn't get much closer because of all the huge amounts of debris obstructing a safe passage to them, so I just filmed what I saw. I tried zooming in, but of course the focus was blurry, and you don't want to hear about that. Even if I was a decent mouth reader, I wouldn't know what they were saying. They were both wearing masks. Spider-Man took the sword that was in the Green Goblin's hand, and he held it in the air for a couple of seconds. And then he put it back down. I had no idea what the exchange was. It was just muffled. Actually, when he had it in the air, the sword, I actually thought, this is gonna sound crazy, but I actually thought that he might, stab him with the sword or something, but that doesn't seem like something he would do. And he didn't do it. I don't know. I'm just speculating here. You told the police you ran away after Leaford was stabbed by his sword. The battery ran out, plus the glider flew Leaford so far away that there was no possible way I could reach him, even if I knew where he went. I could tell my hearing started to improve when I heard the impalement, but that was probably because it was really loud. I finally found the police, and the ringing subsided to the point where I could actually understand other people. I was about to tell the cops where I last saw Spider-Man, but then he walked right up to us, holding the body of Gwen Stacy. And to conclude, will you be working for E1 News if or when they rebuild their facilities? No. With the growing popularity of internet blogs and social media sites, citizen journalism is where it's at. Care to elaborate? Yeah, it's basically citizens collecting valuable and unbiased information and just reporting the news. People going to ordinary blogs, independently owned and ran by ordinary individuals for the truth. That is the future. Well, I hope it cleans itself up by then. What do you mean? I've seen a handful of independent blogs who claim to have the truth, and really it's just the run-of-the-mill, dinosaurs lived with people, the earth is flat, and the government is lying about it, reptilians trying to give us healthcare, the Illuminati, a secret strategic enforcement directorate, and the end of the world. And I'm sure in a couple of weeks that last one will have promising results. Genuine fear for their lives because they discovered mermaids is something that will never happen. It's safe, more like baby's first conspiracy theory, only they never grow up. Their methods never improve, and they hardly ever check their articles and trace them back to the source. When there actually is, a conspiracy theory of some sort, and there's some truth and merit to it, no one believes it because all the other crappy ones filled up the blogosphere. The thing about the blogosphere is they do have an agenda, even if they don't know they're pushing it. If they'll lie to themselves, I suspect the amount of honesty will be reciprocated. Well, yeah, but I don't think they can do enough to really damage anything, probably annoy some people. But they do have influence, and the potential for misinformation is much, much greater in this format. You have articles citing articles, linking articles, linking articles, linking articles. It's a long chain that most people are not willing to check. You have information getting dumbed down more and more to the point where it can be interpreted to mean anything that you want. That's the problem I have, Mr. Reeves. Bias and misinformation. Yet here you are, working for the Bugle. Did you forget about their fear-mongering campaign against Spider-Man? And only against Spider-Man? The Bugle has experience. It doesn't take that much experience to lie, especially if you're going to be this bad at it. Hey, listen, no matter how unbiased you think you are when you're reporting the news, there will always be someone who will tell you the opposite. As for the Bugle's campaign, I don't know Spider-Man all that well. I can respect his choice, I guess, but I know deep down some of his vigilante actions are not the most legal. And as for the mass populace, you can report on something that's happening right in front of them, and there will always be someone out there who will tell you it's staged or fake. They're too scared of the implications of what they're seeing. That's fine. Fear is a normal human emotion, but in the end, their feelings, negative, positive, even neutral, are irrelevant to reality. The truth, Mr. Reeves, simply does not care. What should I do if I encounter some of that on my blog? Cover your ass when it is staged and fake.